I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is March 19, Thursday, 2026. Hope you had a good day today. So we had some more selling off as we were discussing, and then getting to an oversold, getting a little tight and compressing and popped up. So what are you going to do? Thursday has that possibility of a reversal or, not performing the way you want. A, and then B, the environment that we're in, and all that stuff. And C, we've actually moved a lot. So because of that, we had a couple options here of coming down all the way into the 3.5 to 4 I was talking about. And then I also talked about coming into the gap here. And then also you could see, oh shit. Give me a second here. I thought I put it. Yeah, we talked about also this idea coming down and then being bullish and popping all the way up. Now, I'm not saying this is happening or anything. I'm just saying that the understanding is it's a possibility. I talked about seasonality between the 19th and the 21st. We sell off generally, and then now we get that big shape back up, right? If you got seasonality, you'll understand. But so that with that understanding, right, you'll see that initially when we sold off beautifully from yesterday, we made a low and then we retraced back in, looking to the first imbalance of the year, and look at that, to the 50%. So ended up nicely working. The low of the day of yesterday was this -2 from that projection with all these candles right here. Very, very, very clear. And then we get right back into that 1 on 1.5. This is also a breakout area. Okay. Now, guess what though? The low of this candle, take a look up top here. The low of this candle is what? The low of this candle is 728 and a quarter. 728 and a quarter. What's the high of this candle? The high is 725 and a quarter. So there's a 3-point gap of an imbalance on the daily that's missing. They didn't seal it. That was a suspect number one. Suspect number two, we had these drives down, so now it's pretty much easy selling here. We already caught some beautiful sells here. Doing the damage to the left side of the chart, you ask yourself, well, who's made money in this point? At this point, and then they're suspectly popping back up. I have the weekly range pointed here with this bearish, with this fib here from 20 to 40%. So when I said yesterday about we made the average weekly range was 900 points, so this is already 700 points right here. So I said, where's the other 200? I think I skipped to 300 here. No, I'm sorry. I think I skipped to 200 here, and then if you paid attention to that, well, 200 minus the 700 here, if you minus 700 from 24,500, would be 24,300, and this is where we got very close to here, as you see. Well, not close. We pretty much got close to it, right? So that being said, the weekly range has already printed on the average weekly range, right? So it was 900 points. I think 903.8 to be exact. All right. The point is that I don't. So the thing is the debate is for me today of the conversation is I was concerned if Thursday is going to be the low of the week or is Friday going to be the low of the week. High probability that Friday is a low of the week, but it can be Thursday in this situation with all this bleeding here, right? With these lower highs. Okay, now that I've said that, it'll make more sense inside the video. What's it called? Just fire stuff though, man. So here you'll see, and I'll go straight to it. All right. Yeah, this shit crazy. So I'll go straight to it. Okay. For the people who are struggling, I'm going to do this, but so you'll see that I have that already depicted there. We have the midnight level. Look at the midnight level. The midnight level is literally, there's a gap in between that level, by the way. And when they set that up, there is liquidity I'm sorry, there's an imbalance, and then there's liquidity there that they've created with this. So when I'm framing the day, take a look at this just so you see it. When 9:30 is here, I understand that the opening range gap is here. Number one. Number two, I understand that I want to come to this 50 level because of when we get to the current week gap that I talked about. I talked about coming into there, right? So you see that happening here. Well, people are selling above here and in here, right? That's why this pre 930 put this little short term high right here. Notice how it's almost equal here. Notice how it's up right above that is this agenda here. So right now, I already have a dump pump profile. Why? Yesterday, it was a pump dump, meaning when it pumps, it's retracing, right? We're in a retracement yesterday to then expand down. That's why I kept taking those shots, okay? And we had plenty of room to come down. So that's also volume, not volume, but you have room. Let's just call it space. All right. And then here, look where we're opening. We're at 9:30. We're down here. So this is to prove it to you here that I'm immediately understanding that we are in a lower low and we are going to retrace back up. Very similar to yesterday. The difference is that yesterday was going to be a bearish day. Today had a very high chance of being an indecisive day. Okay. And you'll see right now, as we're speaking and making this video, we are hovering around the opening of 6 p.m. Eastern time. See that? So watch how I frame it. And okay, I'm not just fucking out here talking, guys. Okay. So this is proof. That's why I need to show this. But you'll see that I expected them to push down. We're already fucking here. We have a low right here. We're going to raid that low. They raid it. Look what I do. So it comes down, makes the low, snaps. This is the first imbalance. I am using the 930 this time. Why? Because it is below all previous price action to the left of the chart. All this is to the left. Forget over here. That's too long ago. There's no recent, and in recent price action, we are the lowest imbalance and the lowest move down here away from all previous time. So this is going to get counted. And it's it's a bearish imbalance anyway, to begin with. So it still can be used as a bullish tool. So you'll see I'm expecting this thing to invert the whole time when it got created. So dump, and then it pumps. Now, if we were going to have that bearish day, and this would be more like a push down first, but it's going to be a retracement. So it retraces up like this yesterday. It retraced up, and then we made a new low. All right, that's structure, right? So right now I am in lower low to lower high structure. So look at the chart here. I already see that we made a lower low here. What's next? It's a retracement. Fucking don't matter if it goes all the way to the moon or if it sinks to all the way to hell. I know for 100% that this thing's gonna retrace back up. Why? Because you just made these lows, right? These equal highs. I'm sorry, and you also had a pool here, which I'll discuss. Plus the shit that I said at midnight here, the other liquidity there, and so on, right? And it being a low, look at the 4 hour, look at the higher time frame. We already went through. Is it possible that it pops up for another lower high here? Yeah, it's very fucking possible. So that's why you got to tread lightly today if you traded at all. But guess what? I'm making it simple and I'm following the flow, which is lower low to a retracement at the fucking least. Does it mean it's a reversal? Does it mean it doesn't matter. So guess what? You get this last down body. Oh my God. Pushes down and it takes out that low. We immediately come up with this first candle and then this candle pushes up. This candle right here, all right, is that last down candle. It is going to start the buy program with this inversion. It's very clear. It's very obvious. Soon as this shit crosses over this level, which you see me got a blue line over it, I end up getting filled right there where it is, 358.5, which is technically the high of this candle, this last down candle with the body. Okay, cool. What does it do? It pops up, closes above, retraces back. Ding. My stop loss is immediately first here. All right. And then as soon as it starts to push up higher, because I know it's about to fucking jam. Number one. Number two, I have oversold here. Number three, everything I just got done explaining to you. And number four, all these people have been getting money to the left. Okay. And then where's reasonable? I got this highlighted first here. Why is the circle, the start here is right above that high? Okay. And then the next, and then the high of the circle is where? It's outside of the current week gap because I expect it to kind of sweep over. Number one. Number two, that pool of liquidity that I'm talking about to the left here. I know you might not be able to see it on that chart there, but you'll be able to see it here clearly. So we have this high. Yes, this guy ticked him by like a tick, right? But it's still considered equal. A and B, you have an imbalance here. On the 15-minute, you can see, let me zoom in here. See, on the 15-minute, you can see that right there. Notice that's a breakout. Boom. It's breaking out, right? This is used as an inversion as well. And then it's just a breakout, pretty much, right? And then you see the imbalance and the liquidity. So this is a very, very, very high probability area to grab as well. I don't know if it's going there. I'm just keeping it simple. Then I have this blue here. By the way, when I'm buying here, I'm buying just to retrace. I'm looking for sells in this area like yesterday and trying to make a new low down here. You can see that I'm highlighting the top of this circle. It is literally that pool. I mean, I can't fucking make this up. Then you have this circled here. Why? Why this circle? Because this is the beginning of that, not the beginning, the low of the opening of today's gap. And you see the midnight level specifically. Look at the high right there. You see the high. I got the circle very clear that I'm showing that, right? Why? Because what I told you, there was a gap there. There's that liquidity, and by this point, and yeah, I mean, I already showed that, didn't I? This high right here. So this high was also incorporated with that liquidity up here, not down here anymore. All right, let's talk about up here. So see that high right there, plus that. This whole scenario that I'm talking about is happening right there. Fractally, it's happening right there. Same thing as here. That's why I marked it. All right. And then at the time, also let me just show the 1 hour real quick. You'll see here that this didn't have an imbalance there. Okay, so this is before 9:30 I'm talking about, okay? So I'm going to move that over. All right, and then you can see the imbalance on the 1 hour right there, right? Plus that liquidity. So liquidity, imbalance, breakout area is the logic of what I was saying in this area. And then the same thing's happening here. You have liquidity, imbalance, and a breakout area here as well. Let me go back into it. You'll see that when we retrace back into that first imbalance of the month, I don't know why I keep saying that. This low here and then it breaks through. That's why you'll see to the right, we ended up scamming all the way back up there. See that? See how we popped up right there? And this is the midnight level. Look where the midnight level is. All right. And then we swept above that with this imbalance. So you have liquidity, imbalance, and breakout area, which is just those candles right there. See the up, down, up, the little hamburger, some people call it, break through it, right? Anyway, okay. This is how I fucking make videos long. I just be doing way too much. But at the same time, I'm giving you everything. All right. So, it's going to take time. So look at this beautifulness. I'm bearish, but I'm buying it. I did the same fucking shit yesterday. I bought it yesterday, even at a crazy place to be buying, but I was in the flow. I understand the flow, literally, by candle. So where am I taking it? As you see, I'm trying to come up here. I'm trying to squeeze it up. This is the last screenshot that I got before I ended up squeezing out, ended up getting squeezed out. Notice how this was fucking understanding. Watch what I do here, just to prove it to you. To prove it to you that I understand this area here, okay? Before I go back up. Oh, I didn't do a good job marking here because I was literally locked in from buying it here to up here. That was really all my goal was for this, because what am I doing? Lower low to lower high. I'm just getting a retracement. Very simple. Okay, cool. Now I got all the shit on the chart afterwards, but which you'll see here, I am measuring this down candle, okay? And you're going to be like, why would you measure that as a projection here? Why would you measure that and not put this to here? Which I struggled with that today. I had a hard time using and projecting this situation. I used a down candle because it was a displacement. If you go to a 5-minute, you'll see why I end up sticking with, I end up sticking with it. You'll see here more clearly that this was the last down candle on the 5-minute, for example. See this down candle? So I'm highlighting the whole thing. And then you can say this candle comes below it and then pushes up. Yeah, so that's why I'm highlighting this down candle. So it's very difficult to use this down candle. It is what it is, no big deal. And then I think at that moment, by the way, we had a lower low, buddy. You got to look at these details. So I saw this as well. Lower low with the NAS. We had higher lows right there. That was the easy buy for me. And that's how I got involved there as well. So anyways, back to this. I'm measuring this. You can see 1 on 1.5 here, and 2 to 2.5 is there. I didn't need the projection to buy up into here. I ended up getting stopped out here, right? And then what does it do? Some drives up. And then you'll see that I take, well, you don't see it. I did take this trade. We hit the 50 perfectly. I had a -1 here. We just swept these guys to the left. I take this sell right here, and it fails. Boom, comes up. It's swept outside of that current weak gap, right? And then I take this sell again. Motherfucker comes down all the way back into this range, and then it pops up again. Okay, so hold on. Before I continue, let me talk about more of the chart. I think, yes. So anyways, so that's a lower low. That's a lower high. Just following the simple structure. Lower low, lower high. Now I got this big fucking 50 fib. See the thick one right here? 50 fib right there. So that's the lower high. That's a lower low we just made. That's why I bought it up into where? Into a premium. Right? Just like yesterday. Okay. Keeping it simple. Okay. So I have that marked, and then I have the weekly, I have the current week range. Because if this is the low of the week, no. Let me rephrase this. Doesn't matter if it's going to be the low of the week or not. It right now currently is the low of the week. So I'm looking at 20 to 40% range, and I have it marked over here to the right. See this? It's fucking thick. You can't miss this, right? Okay, cool. Now that I said that, when we were getting into here, this 20% right here, and we popped up, that's why I'm hitting sell, because I know we hit the 20%. I know we're above 50. I know we just took out this liquidity. I know we just hit the 50% of the opening range gap. I know that I'm at a -1. I'm using all that confluence. Scared money ain't gonna make no fucking money. Everybody sitting to the sidelines that been sitting to the sidelines. I'm scared of the market. It's not gonna. Listen, you don't have to be scared of this market. If you follow your flow and you keep it simple, if you take a loss, it's no big deal. I keep saying it. Take 2 losses. No big deal. You take a third. That's your last shot if you believe in it. And if if it fails, then you're fucking done. I promise you, if you take 2 to 3 losses and you snipe and you know how to take entries, right? With a good stop loss and put it immediately. If you take those losses, dude, we're going for 10x, 20x. Only because I'm sniping these situations. Okay, I guarantee you will be the account is profitable. Ain't no fucking way someone's gonna tell me that if they stop taking trades at 2 to 3 shots, preferably 2, max 3, because sometimes it is what it is. They're fucking manipulated, right? And you're trading on a 1 minute, especially, and blah blah blah, whatever, bro. Scared money is not gonna make money. Every fucking day can be a trading day. We've been going through hell up and down, right? We understand. Listen, when we get tight pushes of tight price action like this, that's one thing. When it's sitting here, like in this situation up here, okay, cool. It's tough a little bit. It's back and forth. Okay, fine. But dude, the price was moving. It's moving. It's not like it's not fucking moving. So guess what? The market's going to provide. You are going to see trades every day. But guess what the caveat is? The two, 3 shots that I mentioned about, and you got to take profit. You don't fucking take profit and you're married to fucking literally going one way. Here's this trade that you're seeing on the screen right now is proof that I have to just bite the bullet. My ego says, "Oh, you didn't get all of the trade down here when it sold to here and to here. It was $7,000 trade at this moment. I got out at $4,000. My ego is saying, "You failure." Right? And then guess what? What I already know in this business. It doesn't matter. Want to know why? Because it's profit. There's no such thing as bad profit. It's just like they say, there's no such thing as bad publicity. There's no such thing as bad profit. There isn't. It isn't. I mean, unless you're like going 2 points and taking out. I mean, no, we're not talking about that. Well, here's a perfect example. Okay, I knew this was going to be fucking struggle, and I knew this was going to pop out, and it took too long, and I said, fuck off. I said, because I'd rather have the money than be right, and I'd rather have the money than be wrong and let it come all the way against me. Okay. So I have to allow some measure of retracement, though. You have to. Otherwise, you're never going to grow in holding trades. All right. Now that I've said all that. Okay. Great, man. So back to this conversation here. I took the sell here. First of all, you get a little pin bar, right? Not pin bar. You have an indecisive candle right in the middle, a little doji, right? Then it shoots past this inversion. I need an inversion to start with for it to work. Cool. Sells off, comes down, where does it go? Now look at look at the measurements I have here. I have, don't get confused. I have in this screenshot, I have it from this high to this low, which would be sitting in the middle here. See this little projection? See it? You see it right here, right? You see that? Okay, cool. Now I have this one here. This little one right here. You see it? You see a little -1 and 1.5 right here with this? Here to here. I'm measuring the bodies. Look what I did. I measured the bodies and it came down to a 1 to a 1.5. This is the first balance of the of the day. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this right here. Sorry. Let me just real quick. Bounced on that level and bought up. I didn't mark it. I wasn't marking. I just marked this. That's all I cared about. You see, I had this little imbalance right here. So it popped up. And then if people will think this is if you thought this was a sell, it's too minute, it's too shallow. It might be the environment, but you don't want to see it. I just know that we're coming for these equal lows and back into the range, right? Because people were getting money. Yes, it could have sold from here, but guess what? That's why I drew this fucking shit right here. So we initially bounced right on top perfectly of that last down candle. Sign 1. That's my entry. Sign 2, we make a little imbalance in blue. It's still there highlighted on my chart. We dip in it and then we take off. Dude, that's exactly what I want to see. If it was to have came lower then this trade is most likely not going to work. And this was the sell, but I'm not selling in this. Who's fucking selling down here? That's the point. That's the point. Ain't nobody going to sell down there. They're going to move the price and ain't nobody going to be in it. I mean, yes, there's people here. Fine. But hey, people are seeing this and they see red. I don't know if you were one of them. You could be one of them watching that you took this fucking sell here and you held it and you let it come against you. What am I doing? I'm buying because I'm in a discount and this is a lower low. I need to make a lower high. Very simple. It doesn't even need to go far. I'm just talking simple. Anyways, we pop up here and then we come right back, buddy. Right back to that 50%. Beautiful. Short-term low, fucking take it. Boom. Takes off. Okay, now that I've all mentioned that. That was explaining this. And then you can see this last down candle. I didn't draw it, but there's right here at the time. You see that? And it's bouncing on this down candle. That's why I'm holding it. Excuse me. So anyways, that was that. So then I measured this. It's a little too good to be true for this thing to just fucking come up with a couple drives and then I was expecting it to be that easy. And sure enough, sometimes it's not, buddy. And why? Because it's Thursday. So that's a whole nother story. But anyways, it comes down, stops dead in its tracks with this imbalance here. I did not mark it in this. At the time, there was an imbalance here. I knew that it was holding. But, I saw the 50%, and that's all that mattered. But now, why do I keep doing that? Now you'll see that here, I have it dragged out, and it stopped. I'm like, oh, fuck me. What does it do? Shoot straight the hell up. Why? They know that I am over here in this bitch killing their ass with structure and with understanding of popping up. And now that they swept the liquidity here, they know motherfuckers was buying here. I was buying. So they're coming back down, right? And I'm okay with that. I was in this sell. And sure enough, you see this strong candle? This shouldn't be doing that if you're selling. You want to see it roll. Just like any other movement of selling. You see it, then it stops. Anyways, pushes straight through, stays empty. I knew this shit was over with. Guess what? When I took the sell here and first of all, I lost here. That one. I don't need to have the stop loss above it to be right, or I can manage it and put it in break even if I sniped it here, or protect. If it's gonna go any higher, nigga, it's taking it. Same idea here. Just to give you some more understanding. When the price is coming up, do I need to fucking keep the stop loss right here? No. What did it do? Okay, so this, you don't want to see this, first of all. But you have this the bullish inversion. I'm trying to see it work. Look at the bodies leaving, or was working great. Popped up. They're scamming. Okay, cool. Fucking takes it out. Comes right back in. Guess what? I'm back in this bitch. Just in case it's a lower high because they didn't take it out. I said, okay, let's go, baby. Comes all the way down. Look at this. When it made this bullish imbalance, I got it highlighted right here. It's drawn right here. We came to the 50 and then ticked and wicked. That's not what I want to see if I'm selling. Pops up, stays in this bearish imbalance. I didn't even mark it. Fine. I didn't need to mark much. All right. And then stays in here. Pops up again. Dude, I'm already in break even. I know how to snipe it, dude. And I'm not afraid to take the couple shots. You have to be. I'm not trying to promote over trading and just fucking shoot darts. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I know how to do I know how to trade? Let me ask you a question. Do you think I know how to trade? You goddamn right you know I know how to trade. Because I'm proving it that I know how to trade every day. Right? Okay. So guess what? Like I said, scary money don't make money. Anyways, this pops up again. See how they do it? It's done. It's done. I'm not going to increase my stop to here. For what? That's not happening. The fucking trade is over. Why? Because if when I get in that bitch, it needs to take off. Just like when I took this fucking buy. If I'm taking this buy, it needs to fucking go up. And that means I demand only that. If it doesn't do it, then it's done. Guess what? Popped up again. Now I take that bitch again. Now, this is now my last shot. Because if it kept, this day's over. First of all, the day's over because it's probably pushing up more. B, I got some profit, baby. Don't forget I took this fucking trade, right? That was a beautiful trade too. That ain't no small money, my nigga. It might be too contrary, but it is what it is. So anyways, I got room to play with. I know what I'm doing. Now going back to the conversation of that imbalance on the 1 hour, you see it highlighted here, right? That's that one right here, the one I drew right there, okay? Why am I taking the sell again here? Well, first of all, we push up. So I'm like, oh, you bitches. This might be that final lower high to then push down, right? And it almost happened. But guess what? We push up. I have the projection here. By the way, when I was taking these shots, I knew I was in this 1 or 1.5. And the -1 was sitting right there. And then here, look where the -1.5 is. Ooh, what is that? That's the 25% of the opening range gap. We ran right to it. We tagged it beautifully. If you watched it, it was algorithmic. That's why I pushed this up. Look how crazy I am. You think I'm crazy, right? Oh shit, he caught the top of that? Yeah, I just took these losses, remember? Guess what? Am I out of business? Am I emotionally over trading? No. I'm trading. I know what this bitch is doing. We just ran this. Why? Because we got closer to, I gotta come over here. Hold on. You have to see this. I didn't clarify. I'm glad I went to this chart. See this? So when I was selling here, I was trying to sell underneath here because it can sell from underneath it or above it. Remember yesterday, if you watch yesterday's video, that same thing fucking happened. But not Nasdaq went up and went higher and took the liquidity. S&P and Dow did not. And sometimes I can't look at all these fucking screens. So this is not naturally, I like I said, I understand what they're doing with the drives. Okay. And that's why I sold it underneath here, because it might sell underneath it. If I go to, man, bro, ain't no way to make shit short. Where was that situation? It was here, right? Yeah. So this was a lower high than that one. This was a lower high than that one. And Dow was a lower high than that one. Right? So I was like, okay, it could sell from underneath it. Does it look like I'm chasing price or I'm more, it might to you, but I was comfortable. I wasn't scared. I wasn't worried. It was none of that. I was very comfortable trading today. And if it didn't work, it didn't work. But what did it do? Then it rated here. Okay. Then it rated there. Okay. So when it rated there, which is now here, we're talking about, look, we made a new high on there and we swept that little breakout shit that I talked about. Look at this. This didn't take it and this didn't take it. What did we do? We sold off. Guess what? I got in. I had the 25% with that hourly. I'm sitting in an hourly imbalance, dude, with the liquidity and everything I just discussed, right? Okay, cool. Now let's get back into the video. So I'm selling it. Where am I trying to go? Obviously, I'm trying to make a new low. I'm bearish. We've been bearish. Number one. Number two, I have now this projection here from here to just the bodies. Take a look at the bodies. These 4 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4. See that? Look where -1 and 1.5 is. Again, just like this situation, it stopped. Stopped right here. I was like, fuck, this thing's going to reverse on me. So, again, I have a bullish inversion here. That this inversion is being counted for because its momentum took out a previous high. So So your highest probability is that. Look, it came all the way back up, and I was shitting bricks for a sweet second. Then I marked it with the candle. Look how we were marking that order block, that supply block. And we're inside the lower half. Let me just be very clear again. If I took this sell from here and it popped up, it can't go any higher. Like, I'm letting you know right now, it cannot go any higher. I'm not allowing it. I'm not keeping the fucking stop loss up here or some shit. Will I sometimes put it right here and lose $100, $200? Yes. But guess what? You think I care about $200? Now, let's freeze for a second. All these trades that I'm losing, do you care about $100 to $200 if you know how to snipe? Do you think that's a lot of money? If you're fucking going, when I take the trade and it comes down to where it was, this was at $7,000, some shit. Right now where it's sitting now, it's at 4,000. Do you really think $200 is a problem to make 4,000? That's why I go into every day with confidence. I go into every day not giving a fuck. And I trade every day. Most people don't trade every day. I think every day is a trading day, and every day can be a trading day, and not every day should be a trading day, but it can be. Okay, dude, like I said, bro, if you understand all these things all these miniature things that I say inside every video, I'm not worried about it. But the times where it fails for me is that I start over trading. I start taking too many losses and I'm overconfident and I get married to something. And then I go on maybe tilt and all these things. I don't have these problems like I used to. Do I suffer from these possibilities every day? Yes. The little devil on your shoulder is always there. I don't give a fuck who you are and how good you are. But you know and experience that this is the same shit every day. So here's the proof of me getting stopped out here. I'd rather take the 4,000 than not have profit and then and all that shit. Okay? So if it's gonna come up any higher, I'm putting that fucking stop loss. Dude, I'm sniping the stop loss right there. Like if I take that shot and it loses, bro, it's over. Number one. Number two, you can see on the 5-minute that it was kind of deso too. Real quick. See that? See, there's no bodies there, and we just tagged it. That's why I know, like, okay, it's it. Like, damn, what the hell's wrong with my voice? Anything above that 50% is a wrap, buddy. Guess what? Did it take it out? No. So it fell. It fell to take out this guy. Why? Why do you think? When I was taking this out, I was like, I'm talking to myself. I'm like, I know for immediately fact it's come for this guy and maybe this guy. Why? Because these were buys that pushed up. All right, you see it? And you notice how we came. Look. We came and look at that right there. We came and we tagged that guy. And we almost took out that guy. See that? It stops. But I thought about taking profit here. I said, I want to hold. I have to allow a retrace. Because guess what? Things don't go in a straight line. If this is a short-term lower high to the left, short-term lower high to the right, then I have to allow it pop up. So I allow it pop up all the way here, right? Comes where? Oh, obviously, breakout area. I could drag that out. You'll see it's perfect level. Underneath the 50, you're sitting inside the current week gap. That's also sitting at a 50 level inside that gap. Oh, breakout level. Oh, okay. Guess what? I hold it. It starts coming back down. Comes underneath. By the way, we're sitting at that 20%. We're kind of playing around that 20%. We tag it right there. Boom. Yeah, the 20% of the fucking whole week. Yeah, I got it right there in the big red. You see that? We come underneath it. Great. Comes underneath again. Because what's really happening is that they're making it very hard for you to buy. And they're trying to sell the idea that it's selling. They already know that you're trying to sell. But for the people the other side of the people who are, they've been trying to buy all this time and they've been failing. Guess what? They still fucking trying to buy. Notice how I'm not constantly trying to buy. But guess what? The also issue with this day and Thursday is that the lower we go, the higher probability it is for us to go back up. Right? Let's pause and think about that for a second. The lower we go, the more probability we have for it to pop back up. Oh, that's a feeling. That's an understanding. I can't teach that to you. No one's going to be able to teach that to you. I'm hoping I'm teaching that to you now. Point is, all right, we come down, oversold again. Notice how we get blocked here. We get blocked with the here. We get blocked here. And I'm like, dude, fuck. And this is when I fucked up. So I went to lunch and I was like, all right, letting this thing do its thing. And I'm at lunch here and I'm like, man, this thing popped up again. I have to allow this. Once we took this low, I have to be able to let it pop up. Why? Because that's a lower high here. There's a lower high here. There's a lower high here. And so we're retracing. If it's gonna roll over, it came back, hit the 930 again, and then it popped up. Right, and this at this point, I wasn't even gonna let it allow it come to this. I was supposed to take it out here because I wanted to roll through, but I was like kind of distracted by looking at something else and whatever, and I started to let it bleed, and I'm like, oh, dude, you're fucking done. Take the fucking profit, and then I get out. You want to see what happened after this? I'm sure you know what happened after this. Before I do, am I missing anything here? No, that's fine. I know I've talked my fucking ass off. Right here. Boom. Look at the next candle. You can feel it. You can feel it in your bones. It's about to bust. And it's about to fuck you. It's about to move. Look at this next candle. Took off. Swept almost this guy. Right? And then someone would say, well, it didn't take out that lower high, so that's a lower low. It has all right to come here. And yes, it absolutely does. But guess what? I don't want to be involved. And guess what? It still didn't matter because they ran right through that motherfucker. Why? Because they're scamming. This is the part of the manipulation that you're overstaying your welcome and all these things. That's when the conversation is right and is correct. And stop trading, right? Doesn't mean you can't trade. You couldn't have took some trades today. That's how I look at it. Okay, and guess what? Once it made this equal high and did not take that out, it came back down. I was like, you fucking bastards. And then guess what? It stopped. And I said, right here. I said, dude, watch this. This right here, you should not see this price action. It should make this low, little lower high. Low, it should have kept going. What did it do? It made an engulfing candle. Look at this fucking candle. Look at this 251. Look how it pushed up and engulfed. I said, it's gonna have to sell if it needs to sell now. It cannot go any higher if it's selling. And if it's gonna go up any higher, it's probably gonna buy and go up into where? Into the place that I told you from the fucking beginning of the video. Didn't I mark that shit in the fucking beginning of the day? I know that's a possibility. Oh, you see how it all just tied in? And this is a feeling. This is a knowing. This is a candle by candle situation. You're going to say, well, dude, it popped up here and came all the way down. It could have just came up to roll over. No, dude, it's too compressed. It's over with. It's not happening. What happens? Little candles start to slither up. That's it. This candle right here, this 256, should have never popped up like that. And you say, oh, well, what if it came down? Dude, it's pushing strong now. Look at the 15-minute. We also have this next candle popping in, this 245. See that shit? See how the bodies sat? See how the bodies fucking sat right on the 930 level? That's this shit right here. And guess what? And this is the first imbalance, so it's also still buying from it. They have also made this jagged. They took it, they popped up. Where's smooth? You got smooth price action all right here. See that? Yeah, smooth there. And then we talked about this shit here that I told you about. Smooth. See that shit? Look to the right. See how smooth that is? With the conversation of everything I mentioned earlier and the midnight level. Yo, what did they do? They ran right to it. They didn't just walk. They ran, right? You shouldn't see these empty dude, that's not bearish. That's buying. What does it do? Pops up again. My dog, that's not a resistance. That's running. That's running for it. At any point here, I'm like, I should just take a buy. I'm like, nah, you're fucking, you walk away. You're done. All right, you give a fuck, right? I protected my profits. I had 2 great trades. and I had plenty of losses. It's okay. I still profit. It's still green. It doesn't matter. Guess what? Your instinct, your gut is literally telling you here, this thing is not right. This ain't supposed to sell. If you're selling, you should be squeezing it out right here. Guess what? It starts popping, popping, pop. Empty, empty, empty. My dude, that's the whole day. It took less than 10 minutes to do this. The whole fucking, that's manipulation. Why? Because they know that everybody's eating here. They have no choice. They have to look incognito. That's why they made it rough for you to buy. But that's why I wasn't holding this. I used to be able to hold, when I used to really hold trades that were a buy in this situation, I would have hold it, let it come here, come all the way down, and still pop up and get out right here. Because I know the retracement would have been deeper. That's the whole point of this conversation. Was it going to retrace deep or not? We're still bearish, but it's still a very high chance for it to retrace deeper. And this, no matter what I did, was going to fail. But guess what? Just take the profit in these in these trades, right? So now that we're still in a deep discount, they came and they ran right to the midnight level, buddy. Oh, and in the 40%. My dude, look at those. Okay, so this is very clear that the 40% is there, and that I have this highlighted with the look at the circle to the tick. And by the way, if it didn't break a low, this projection here, the 101.5, it came inside and then it retraced, stopped at a 101.5 in here. It has to keep going. If it doesn't, it's gonna it's gonna go back up and take this out and go into the 2 to 2.5, right? Because the projection is in control going up. So if it's a reversal or retracement deeper, that's the logic of this situation. Did I make was I very clear in all these videos? Nothing is confusing about what I'm saying, right? This all makes fucking sense, doesn't it? Okay, very cool. Now that's why I'm saying that your instinct and gut can take this buy right here. It's pushing up because you know it ain't doing it down here. It's popping up. Dude, I have to be involved in this. No, I'm just telling you how you could have been involved. I'm not saying to be involved. Now, when I say I don't take trades after London close, I don't. But guess what? I'm in the trade and it is almost London close. I'm still in the bias of what I'm trying to do. So that's when I can still hold the trade during out the rest of the day. My goal is to get a portion of the meat of the daily candle. Okay? But this is probably going to be the low of the day, right? Because of this fuckery that we're dealing with. Did I still try for it? Yes. Did I take the profit out? Yes. Did you lose? Did you have to sit on the sidelines and not trade? No, I don't believe it. I didn't believe in that. I don't believe that. Yes, is it volatile and moves? I mean, my dude, we're traders. We trade. I'm not going to make it any harder than that, bro. There's times when you know, okay, it's like, I'm not going to fuck around. You might be a little nervous, but you know what, man? You get to an experience point where it's like, it doesn't matter. As long as you are following the rules, which is only the shots that you take, and that's it. It's not, the trade isn't working anymore. Cut it. I'd rather have the money than not have the profit. I'd rather have the money than for it to go against me. Anyways, man, I hope I made myself clear. Look at the 15-minute stopping with the bodies right there. As soon as it cleared and hit the 40%, came right back in. There's a 30% in here. I'm not even going to talk about that. Came right back into what? To the tick of the opening of the gap. Why? Why? Now do you see why I said this is a good buy for a moment? Why is that? For the momentum candles literally staying open and breakaway imbalances. Number one. Number two, this is the current weak gap. I told you people are making decisions above and below it. It's going right through, my dude. If it's going right through, then A, buying through it is an option, and B, selling it back to it is an option. Why? Because the motherfucker who blindly pushed by here, they're coming back for it. They know it. This is a pretty big displacement situation too. Anyways, we're sitting inside the current week gap, the current day gap. That's why I knew that it was a high probability option. When I have it in blue here, doesn't mean, so I usually put it in blue because I want it to be a target, but I don't know if we're going to make it there. I didn't care. I was gonna be done anyway here. All right, it's already a great move. All right, it's already 100 and fucking something, almost 150. Call me the 100 to 150 man. All right, because that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? It's what I do every day. It's what my strategy is. But I have it in blue here. I would have put it in red. I should have put it in red. Is what I should say, because it might come here, but I don't want it to come here. Oh, fucking obviously, I'm trying to sell it over here, right? So I should have put this in red, but that's what I meant. And to prove it, I mean, it was still there, and I took a sell here. I was selling here too. So just so you understand, the green is where I want it to go. So the blue is where I generally put the blue there if I want it to go there, but I don't know if it'll make it. But I would like for it to go there. But so I meant to be this in red. So I was just focusing. I should have put this in red, just to be clear. All right, I hope this all makes sense. I've talked my fucking ass off, and I made a 50-minute fucking video. I haven't even talked about the rest. Fuck. And you're like, dude, you complain every day. Yeah, because now no one wants to watch the video because they're 50 minutes, fucking 1 hour long. And I'm sitting here feeling like I'm doing this now for nothing while I'm teaching because now they're too long. It's like, I want to. Anyways, man, I'm fucking tired. Like, you have no idea. But, lower low here with Dow, higher low here, higher low there, kept going up. We kept making lower fucking lows here. And then we kept making higher lows here was the other reason why I was done. And now let me draw it for you. Ta-da. And that was showing more. But it wasn't really the main point. Here when I took the sells here up here, we had a lower high here. And we had fanning up. Look how they're stretching up. Look how it's just manipulation, bro. This is when they say don't trade these days, this is what they mean. But guess what? It can be traded. You gotta fucking protect your fucking risk. Simple. Ain't no pussies. You can't be scared, bro. You can't be scared, dude. And if this is not something for you to sell in a discount, like selling this low, don't. That's fine. You can look for buys too. Were there some buys today? Absolutely. But you gotta remember to be fair and don't keep holding it for the sun unless you're really trying to hold this, because I talked about the seasonality from the 19, 20, or 24. I said that we were gonna sell off first, and then in that time frame we were going to turn around possibly. Okay, I said that in these videos, man. I said that in these videos. So pay attention, right? You are. You probably are. If you're still watching, you are great. Good job. You are paying attention. I said that there's a possibility of a reversal. I did say that, even though we're bearish. Didn't I say that? It doesn't mean. So this might be it. I don't know. I don't care. We'll find out more tomorrow. I'm not fucking swing trading here, dude. I don't fucking care. Guess what? I was done, and it still took off. My dude. Good decision making, isn't it? Okay, we're on the same page. So that was the sell for there. We made a low here, and then that's why I was salty. And then guess what? We didn't come in. If I was Dow and I traded Dow and we made another low, I would have ate, baby. I would have took that whole move. We didn't. It didn't happen for us. Notice how another asset did it though. Was I wrong about this trade? No, I was not fucking wrong about selling that right there at all. And I wasn't wrong about selling it fucking up here either. Guess why? Well, in this scenario, you see how they're showing that they're more stronger by making new highs. So, yes, I'm still trying to come sell and make a sell here, right? Look at Dow. This is a moment where Dow would have worked better again because it's a lower high. And a lower high, it's a divergence. And did we push down when we sold? Yeah, we pushed down. But we didn't go all the way. So Dow, that's why Dow was great in these situations because they always love making lows. Let's just say I was trying to be a buyer. Would I be pissed if I was Dow being a buyer? New low, new low, new low. Motherfucker, I'm done. This is why I quit trading Dow. Because when I wanted to buy, it would constantly do that to me. And I was like, fuck off. Do you see that with as much with NAS and S&P? No, you don't. That's why I switched to NAS. But I was bearish. Hope this makes all sense for you. But guess what? Still another lower low and then divergence, and then it boom, popped up all in 10 minutes. So your inkling, when you're watching it, your gut says just buy it. You know it. It ain't supposed to be doing that. And you're sitting here like a deer in the headlights. You're frozen because your reaction time is super slow. If it is, if it's good and it's fast, I know you took this buy, but I didn't because I'm a lot slower, and B, I was done. But I was going to, but I left it alone because I was actually doing shit. See that? Okay, move forward. And VIX here. Let me start with the 1 hour real quick. I make videos way too fucking long. We were on a over. So we were pushing down initially. I'm sorry, we were pushing up with VIX initially, right? So I was pushing down. So we pushed down first. I didn't sell first yet. And then I was still looking to see if we were going to go up higher. And then VIX was at the time it was still bullish, but then it broke down again. All right. And this is where I'm telling you that now we're on an overbought here, and it's super overbought. And the risk of you trying to hold these sells, that's why I got out. This is why I'm trying to explain this. And I should have took the buy after that, and I knew that. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. My ego will say you completely fail, but at the same time, the experienced trader that loves himself and understand that this is just that you look at it as a game in that sense of, hey, if it doesn't work out, no expectations, no relying on those expectations. You have to be able to do that and be flexible and be aloof. They call it, not care. If you're able to feel that way, that's why they say when it's boring, you are in a good place. That's it. That's boredom. Anyways, we had a room to come back down to the oversold. That's why we popped back up. So writings on the wall were there on the hourly chart. On the 5-minute, we were early pre-New York. We were pushing down while VIX was pushing up. We topped out right here. That's when I bought. And we came down, and then at this point, I knew that we were kind of more fearful, so I thought that, I thought VIX would keep going up, and it did not. So we kept making these lower highs with VIX, very clear, and it looked like it was at an oversold here. That's why this 5-minute was a little bit hard to read. And this is, again, back quotes. That's why they don't trade these days. Let me go into the 1 minute. Actually, I'm not even going to go into the 1 minute. I'm just going to stick to the 5-minute. But that was what was happening to me when I was trying to take those shots. And then it failed with, oh my God, it failed with the confirmation of the direction of another drive down. But the hour was definitely more clear, or other time frames. So that was the scenario. Okay, so if I was watching and I continued, then I would have been a part of that. But that's why it's in the PM session. I was like, fuck this up. Fuck this. Done, man, whatever. And then also dollar was extremely coming low, so I was becoming married to the idea of selling, but then I did cut bait and let the fishy fucking go into the bank, because he didn't get put on the fryer, he got put into the bank. You know what I'm saying? So and we came in deeper. I was gonna draw this. I don't know why I didn't yesterday, but it was a pretty big gap with this here. And there's so many ways to do this here. Shit, the whole fucking space is nasty. But no body there, and that was the point. We also, on the QQQ, go look at it, we had now put a body in that gap. And then I need to show this. Another fucking hour video in it. That's why when I was mad that I didn't hold the sell yesterday, we didn't have no body there. Then we put bodies here. Well, we gapped again. So we put some bearish bodies here, and then we gapped. We came and we took liquidity here, and then we popped back up. We popped back up, and this is the other reason why I was afraid about the selling. I was a little married to the selling, right? But I was still flexible. I became flexible, but there was no body here. Now they're closing the body there. So that right there, my friend, is also the understanding. And then you had NVIDIA pushing down. So it looked good, and then there's another thing I need to mention, because I just remembered something, is that also when I took the buy here, remember this right here, this from yesterday, I had this, you know what? I'll put on the 15-minute. Let me go back. Let me go back. Just keep it like this. And then here, it's on the 15-minute. You see, I put this available to see visible on this time frame now. So the retracement from there to there, the 3.5 to 4. Look at the -4. Look to the right. Look to the right. It's the same level. That's when I bought it here, by the way. Almost forgot. See that? See that projection from there to there? Boom. It wasn't on earlier. It was, wasn't it? You couldn't see it. No, you could. No, I didn't have it highlighted. I didn't have it highlighted in the first picture. Okay, now that was an extra tidbit. Fuck me. I explained all that here, and then dollar coming back into that. We're gonna see how we move forward here. We're on overbought here, so that's why that reversal that I talked about. I'm not making shit up, bro. I'm flexible. So if it wants to fucking go up, let's go up, baby. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I need to be flexible. I am still bearish, but at the same time, the seasonality will show you that we pop back up here. Okay, so hey, I wasn't a part of that buy. But now, guess what it did? It also is showing me its hand. That means it's a fucking shift of structure. Let's do some retail trendline shit here. And it's a fan out, and it fanned out. So when you get this low, like when you get these lows, it's eventually higher probability to start pushing back up also. But I would have wanted to see it stretch more, and I would have wanted to see another lower low. It didn't make the lower low. Okay, fine. But you also, when you get that, you get the displacement. You have an imbalance. You see the 15-minute. We resold right back into it. Boom, right there. So what does it do from here? Does it pop up? Which based on this structure here, it should. But it has all right to pop back up in the week of the range. For Friday, we discuss if we are going to come back more inside the range into the 50. Let me do it now since we're fucking here. Where is the 50? Let me just type it in here. Okay. Make it red. Fuck, I made a long video, man. All right, to 50% here. Does it want to come back up into here and then just fizzle out for the Friday, right? Let me look at the news tomorrow. And I think there is news, right? Tomorrow's Friday, right? Yeah. Oh, there's not news. So very high chance that this price fizzles out. All right, so it fizzles out, and then we kind of like we make another bullish day. So I was expecting a bearish day today or indecisive. It ended up being, look at it, it's fucking indecisive. It's closed. It is closed. 1000%, but there is a lot of buying on that candle, right? So with the next candle, do you see a bullish or bearish? Well, it can do something. Let's just say it does retrace more and up, then that would be a bullish candle. Is it still like protected with this control of price and it's fanning? Yeah, it's possible. And then Friday ends up making the low. It depends what Asia and London do. So it's going to be very tricky. Now, your probability of what's going to happen is very tough. Now, tomorrow might be a day not to trade. Can you find some trades tomorrow? Probably, depending on what the data of Asia London does. This looks pretty strong right there, right? But okay, let's keep this simple. Friday, is the Thursday the low of the week? If it is, then we come back in the range, and let's just say we fucking, we just fizzle out, dude. We just fizzle out, bro. We just fizzle out. Or Friday's not the low of the week, and then they do this, and then they leave it like that so we can gap next week, then that's what I would expect. So we'll see how it goes. Remember, there is a little space. I need to draw it. This low here. And this high there. Bam. You can't even see that motherfucker. I don't care if this. I care because I want to do stuff. I'm tired, and I need to look how small this thing is. There's an imbalance on the daily. You see it? It is a bearish one. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fuck me, bro. I picked the wrong one. Yeah, no one wants to. I don't want to watch an hour video, to be honest with you. But you know, guess what? I will watch this still. I will still watch it, even though it's an hour. I'll still watch it. Why? Because this is sharpening that blade, buddy. So the daily is still bearish. So let's not fucking confuse ourselves. The daily is still bearish. All right, and to be honest, the 4 hour is still bearish. All right, we wicked up, we didn't close, and that's it. We still stuck in here. So you know, I'm still bearish. I'm just letting you know right now. That might be the sell here, and it might not. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. I'm not in. So, I just see this as a last terminus level. So, am I missing something here? And then if it goes up anyhow, I'm going to use these levels here. I just don't have them dragged out because I'm not using them right now. So oversold to overbought, hitting the 50%. Can it roll over or does it keep going? That's why I might fizzle. I don't know. There's no news tomorrow either. So Asia London, what it creates, probably won't take those out, and or we do get stuck in the range. I don't know, bro. It doesn't matter. I still, if I'm bearish, you still, and I put this back on the chart. This is still shit that I want to see us tag for liquidity. If I use this, if we are inverting here, I notice how that bullish imbalance. Remember, I had that on the chart. I didn't have it yesterday because we rolled over, but notice how we underneath that 50%. So go and quad this here. You don't want to really see price, you know, you want to see it from this 25% sell off here. Can it come up to here? Yeah, man, it could, dude. I don't fucking know. Where's the little bullish imbalance that I just drew? Why is it not there? Did I not just draw a fucking daily bearish? Oh, the bearish one. Bearish. Oh, fucking twicking. I'm tired. It's bearish. That's right. I was looking for blue. Oh my god, I'm so tired. So we're closed below it now. What else? Hey, we could talk for a long time. This 50% got respected. So, and then the other thing I wanted to say is that there was no bodies here as well. And then we were hitting that 50 of this wick here, came underneath it, but then we respected it. See, and notice how we were in the side, and then we kind of like took off from it. That first imbalance. The 4 hour also was the factor. I'm gonna mention this too because I'm not done talking. I guess I'm not. So this push down here. Notice the bodies of the 10 o'clock and the 2 o'clock. Notice how they were above that 50% of this down wick. I don't draw it, but I know that's there. That was also the other issue, right? So that's also sitting around that 930 level, and we just didn't didn't go back any lower, and that's why I got the fuck out, baby. So, good decision, isn't it? So guess what that means? That means that it's experience. That means that I still took profit. That means that I still had a good day. Because you know what would really suck? If I took the trade and I took some losses and then I still didn't take the profit and I still let it come against me, guess what that means? That's when you go and get emotional. That's when you start going back in to try to overtrade. That's when you start not following protocol and rules. That's when shit goes down south. You see what I'm saying? That's when you don't have consistency. Okay, we've talked enough, right? Am I missing something here? All right, this failed. Yes. That's why when I say structure is not going to save you, I use structure as a general strategy, loosely with the daily range that I'm trying to attack. What was it? That's the other fucking factor. What was the average daily range was it was 500 points. The high here was 727. The low here was 327. So that's only 400 points. So the low hanging fruit of 500 points would have been 400 points. Notice that that's the low of the day. That's why that's also in the factor. I mean, I talk about a lot of stuff, and you should be learning something if you're new, especially. And if you have been with me for a while, then you know that this is still something. So we are learning every day. We are 1% better every day, and And if you have been paying attention to everything I've ever fucking said, then dude, you should be a beast of a trader too. You know what I'm saying? And you feel me, you know what I'm saying? And guess what? I can still teach you how to be a good trader, and you can still fuck it up. You can still let your inner self of you fuck it up. You cannot be a profitable trader because of you. A motherfucker could tell you what to do and you still might fuck it up. So what is the situation here? This is a one-on-one game. This is a you versus you game. You if I can teach you how to get into trades and get out, I can't tell you to exit the trade. I can't tell you when to stop over trading. I can't tell you. Oh, yeah, you get what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I still think we bearish and we might make a new low for the week, but tomorrow is really not a higher probability day. But if I'm gonna keep it simple, there's two options. Either Thursday's the low of the week and we don't make a new low, and then Friday makes a new low. And well, if Friday is the low of the week, that means we need to come back down again. I've already got two game plans going on, and it's not even tomorrow yet, right? What's the other option? Well, there's a lot more. Well, we come down and we don't take out that low, and Friday comes back in the range and it stops though, and then it makes you frustrated because you wanted to be a seller, and you when you got down there you didn't take the profit, and then you're stuck possibly. Hey, I know all the possibilities. I can go through two more. That's why I can do what I do. 1 hour and 10 minutes. All right, I talked about all that, and I drew the examples, didn't I? And is that a swing? And it's a bullish day, right? Could be. We can come back in here to this because this bullish imbalance, pop back in, and then maybe retrace deeper into the range, and it just closed like that. Because what do you think this is called? This is called time distortion. This is what this is. So they're taking their sweet ass time, all right, and then buyers, sellers, trying to get involved in this and that, and then they rip it, right? Because instead of coming down here and then just going straight the fuck up, which I was in that buy, right? So if it just went, wouldn't that be great, right? But no, this is time distortion. So you understand that. When you start to see that, don't overstay your welcome, right? Understand the options and the possibilities, and and that's about it. You guys take care and God bless.